Hello, my dear friends. I'm going to discuss the second lesson of history, that is nationalism in India. I have taken the videos of English quite frequently. At present, I'm going to take the video of the second lesson of history. I have already posted the video of the first lesson of history. In this video, I'm going to explain the concept of nationalism in India. Before I start, I would like to explain the meaning of nationalism. Nationalism is patriotism. It is love for your own country. Nationalism in India refers to the growth of feeling of unity and love for the country. Nationalism means unity for your country, unity among the countrymen during the British rule. Under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, millions of people from various regions, religions, and social backgrounds joined together to fight for India's freedom. Let's talk about the First World War and India. The First World War started in 1914 and it ended in 1918. The First World War changed the political and economic situation in India. What are the effects of the war? Let's talk about the taxes that were increased, the prices of essential goods that rose sharply, villagers were forced to supply soldiers, the crop failed miserably in many places, the influenza epidemic of 1918 killed millions of people, many became unhappy with the British rule and hoped for self government after the war. Satyagraha. After returning from South Africa in 1915, Mahatma Gandhi introduced Satyagraha. So, what is Satyagraha? Satya means truth, Agraha means firm insistence. And what are the principles of Satyagraha? Non violence, peaceful protest, civil resistance, self sacrifice instead of violence. Early Satyagraha movements, Champaran in 1917, Indigo farmers, Kheda in 1918, the peasants affected by the crop failure, Ahmedabad in 1918, the condition of the mill workers. Certain movements made Gandhi a popular national leader. He was certainly a very heroic figure. Let's talk about the Rowlatt Act in 1919. The British government passed the Rowlatt Act. The features were as follows: it allowed arrest without trial, allowed detention without evidence, restricted civil liberties. People strongly opposed the act. Gandhi called the nationwide Hartal strike. Let's talk about the Jallianwala Bagh on 13th April 1919. Thousands gathered at Jallianwala Bagh to protest peacefully. The police officer Reginald Dyer ordered troops to fire without warning. Hundreds of people were killed, thousands were injured in the worst possible manner. This particular incident shocked the whole nation. It had shaken the conscience of the entire nation. It increased opposition to British rule. Now let's talk about the Khilafat movement. It started in 1919 and it ended in 1922. Indian Muslims started the Khilafat movement to protect the Ottoman Caliph. The Gandhi supported the movement to unite Hindus and Muslims. This unity strengthened the national movement, the non-cooperation movement that started in 1920 and it ended in 1922. Gandhi believed that British ruled India because Indians cooperated with them. Let's talk about the program. People were asked to boycott government schools and colleges, boycott law courts, boycott foreign clothes, surrender titles, avoid government jobs, promote khadi and spinning, participation. Students left schools, lawyers gave up practice, the teachers resigned, the women participated, peasants and workers joined, merchants stopped buying foreign goods. Now let us talk about the Chauri Chaura incident in 1922. At Chauri Chaura, protesters set fire to a police station after violence broke out. 22 policemen died. Since the movement had turned violent, Gandhi immediately withdrew the non cooperation movement. Different social groups joined the movement. The peasants wanted lower taxes, end of forced labor, relief from landlords and tribal people. They wanted freedom to use forest, protection of traditional rights, plantation workers. They wanted freedom from harsh working conditions, they wanted better wages. Now, let's talk about the civil disobedience movement. Gandhiji launched this movement because the British refused to accept Indian demands. Now, let's talk about the Salt March. In March 1930, Gandhiji walked about 240 miles, that is 385 kilometers from Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi. He broke the salt law by making salt from seawater. The objectives were the people were asked to refuse to pay taxes, break unjust laws, boycott foreign goods, refuse government services. Millions joined the movement. The different response to civil disobedience movement were rich peasants supported the movement because they wanted lower land revenue. The poor peasants wanted rent reductions. The business class wholeheartedly supported the movement, hoping for protection of the Indian industries. The industrial workers participation was very limited. Now let's talk about the Dalits and Pune Pact. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar demanded separate electorate for depressed classes. The British accepted this in the Communal Award in 1932. However, Gandhi opposed separate electorate and began a fast. The result was Pune Pact 1932. Separate electorate were withdrawn. Reserved seats were provided for depressed classes in legislature. Sense of belonging. Nationalism grew through symbols and cultural expressions. There were national symbols of Bharat Mata, national flag, patriotic songs, folklore, and let's talk about the history of India's glorious past. These symbols inspired people to think for themselves as one nation. There are various events mentioned. I'm not going to reveal about these events again. You can go through the events. You can have a look at it. In 1915, Gandhi returned to India. In 1917, the Champaran Satyagraha took place. You can go through the events on your own. So, this particular chapter explains how Indians from various communities united under Gandhiji's leadership through peaceful mass movements. Although people had different social, economic demands, the common goal of ending British rule helped strengthen the spirit of nationalism, laying the foundation of India's eventual independence. Thank you so much. I hope you understood the summary of the second lesson of history, that is nationalism in India. If you understand the summary of the lessons that I explain, you will be able to get a clear idea of the lesson. It is essential to know the main idea of the lesson before learning in detail. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. I hope you are amply benefited from my videos. My motive is to educate you in English and social science in the best possible manner. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.